Welcome back to our channel. Today we unravel the jaw-dropping life of Hedy Lamarr, a woman who was more than just a Hollywood starlet. Dubbed the most beautiful woman in the world, Lamarr captivated audiences with her stunning looks and dazzling on-screen presence. But beneath the glamour lies a tale of brilliance, betrayal, and heartbreak that's worthy of its own film noir. From her groundbreaking inventions that paved the way for modern Wi-Fi to a string of turbulent relationships and shocking family secrets, Lamarr's life was anything but ordinary. Join us as we delve into the scandals, triumphs, and tragedies of this extraordinary icon in Hollywood's darkest bombshell. Let's talk about the fascinating beginnings of Hedy Lamarr, a woman whose life story is as captivating as the movies she starred in. Born as Hedwig Eva Maria Kiesler in the elegant city of Vienna in 1914, Hedy came into the world as the cherished only daughter of an upper-class family. Her childhood was filled with the privileges of wealth, but also the pressures of high expectations. From an early age, her intelligence and beauty were undeniable, making her the center of attention wherever she went. Yet what truly set young Hedy apart wasn't her charm or social status. It was her unwavering determination to break away from the conventional life that awaited her. Hedy was mesmerized by the arts, particularly the world of cinema, which was still in its golden age of innovation. While most girls her age were dreaming of fancy gowns and grand social events, Hedy's aspirations reached far beyond the confines of high society. She longed to be part of the magic that unfolded on the silver screen, to create something meaningful and enduring. This was not just a childish whim, it was a calling. When she was still a teenager, Hedy made a bold decision that would change the course of her life forever. Leaving behind the comfort and security of her family's luxurious home, she set out for Berlin, a burgeoning hub for creativity and filmmaking in Europe. Imagine the courage it took for a young girl, barely out of adolescence, to move to a foreign city and immerse herself in an industry dominated by men, all while carving out a space for herself in an unforgiving world. But this wasn't just a leap of faith. It was a calculated move by someone who understood the power of opportunity. Berlin's film industry was thriving, and Hedy knew it was the perfect place to cultivate her talent and prove her worth. By the time she was 18, she had already made a name for herself in the cinematic world, a testament to her drive, confidence, and sheer talent. Hedy's childhood and early years weren't just the prelude to a Hollywood career. They were a showcase of her extraordinary willpower. Even in her teens, she demonstrated the same resilience and vision that would later make her a trailblazer in both entertainment and science. Before Hedy Lamarr became a global sensation, her journey into the world of acting began humbly in Vienna. While attending acting classes in her hometown, a seemingly ordinary day turned extraordinary. Forgetting a note from her mother, Hedy made a visit to Sasha Film Studios, where she was unexpectedly offered a job as a script supervisor. It wasn't long before her natural charisma and striking presence earned her a small background role in the romantic comedy Geld auf der Straße, 1930. This was quickly followed by a speaking role in Sturm im Wasserglas, 1931, a comedy that hinted at her potential as an actress. Hedy's talent soon caught the attention of Max Reinhardt, a renowned theater producer who cast her in the stage production The Weaker Sex at Theater in der Josefstadt. So impressed was Reinhardt by her performance that he invited her to join him in Berlin. However, Hedy's time with Reinhardt did not lead to formal acting training or appearances in his productions. Instead, fate introduced her to Russian stage producer Alexis Granowski. Granowski was embarking on his first film as a director, Die Koffer des Herrn O.F., 1931, and cast Hedy alongside notable actors Walter Abel and Peter Lorre. While Gronowski soon moved to Paris, Hedy decided to stay in Berlin, where she landed her first starring role in the comedy Man braucht kein Geld, 1932, directed by Karl Bose. These early experiences honed her craft and prepared her for the moment that would catapult her to international fame, her iconic role in Ecstasy. At just 18 years old, Hedy made a daring move that would launch her into the public eye, but not without scandal. She starred in the film Ecstasy, a production that would become infamous for breaking boundaries and shattering taboos. This film wasn't just any movie. It had a shocking scene that left audiences stunned. It was the first mainstream movie to portray a sex scene, and it pushed the limits of what was considered acceptable in cinema at the time. For audiences in the 1930s, Ecstasy was nothing short of explosive. The film's most infamous scene, where Hedy's character skinny dips and vividly expresses raw emotion, broke every cinematic taboo of the time. It wasn't just controversial, it was revolutionary, pushing boundaries in ways that both captivated and scandalized the public. For some, it was hailed as a daring work of art, while for others, it was condemned as indecent. The uproar only intensified when reports emerged that Hedy was just 17 years old when the scene was filmed. This revelation sent shockwaves through the media, with headlines questioning the morality of the production and the director's intentions. Tabloids sensationalized the story, painting Hedy as a naive girl manipulated into stardom, while others labeled her a provocateur who reveled in the controversy. The public was divided, with some denouncing the film as immoral, while others defended it as groundbreaking cinema. Hedy's parents, however, had no idea what they were walking into when they attended a screening of the film. Their horror at seeing their daughter's nude scenes play out on the big screen mirrored the wider scandal unfolding across Europe and beyond. They stormed out of the theater in outrage, refusing to accept Hedy's explanations that it was artistic. Their reaction only added fuel to the media frenzy, with reporters speculating on the rift between Hedy and her family. Yet behind the controversy was a deeper story that revealed Hedy's defiance and independence. She wasn't just an actress on a set. She was a young woman navigating her way through a world of manipulation and power dynamics. While shooting Ecstasy in Prague, Hedy kept a secret that added another layer of intrigue to the film's legacy. She was involved in a clandestine love affair, a detail that only amplified the media frenzy surrounding her. It was as if her real life and on-screen persona blurred, creating an enigmatic allure that captivated and scandalized the public. Despite the backlash, Ecstasy became a defining moment in Hedy's career. It wasn't simply about the notoriety of the film. It was a testament to her willingness to take risks and challenge societal norms. While some saw her as a rebellious starlet, others recognized her as a pioneer, pushing the boundaries of what women could do in an industry largely controlled by men. This bold start to her career was a precursor to the extraordinary life Hedy would lead, a life filled with brilliance, reinvention, and controversy. Hedy Lamarr's first marriage was a stark departure from the glamorous, adventurous persona she would later become known for. At the tender age of 18, she married Fritz Mandl, a man whose wealth and power belied a chilling darkness. Mandl, a wealthy arms dealer with ties to fascist regimes, was not just controlling. He was obsessive. Their marriage became a gilded prison, with Mandl going to extreme lengths to monitor Hedy's every move. Servants were instructed to eavesdrop on her conversations, and any mention of acting or her ambitions would ignite his rage. What began as a union of admiration and promise quickly spiraled into a nightmare of surveillance and oppression. Mandel's jealousy was unrelenting, and his influence loomed over every aspect of Hedy's life. Her once bright dreams of acting were smothered under his tyranny, as he demanded she abandon her career and conform to his expectations. This wasn't just a marriage. It was a cage made of wealth and power, locking away a woman who was destined for so much more. Then came the devastating blow that would ultimately push Hedy to take action: the sudden death of her beloved father. Her grief was all-consuming, plunging her into a deep despair. For a time, she isolated herself, wearing only black and avoiding all human contact. But in her darkest moments, Hedy found clarity. Life, she realized, was too short to remain under the oppressive rule of her husband. She had to escape no matter the risk. With unwavering determination, Hedy devised a bold plan. Disguising herself as a maid, she slipped out of Mandel's watchful grasp, her jewelry hidden on her person, a small fortune she would need to start anew. She boarded a train bound for Paris, leaving behind the prison of her marriage and the man who sought to control her. In Paris, she wasted no time filing for divorce and cutting ties with the man who had stolen years of her life. This escape wasn't just a physical act, it was a declaration of Hedy's resilience and refusal to be defined by her circumstances. Her bravery in the face of immense danger and her ability to reclaim her freedom marked the beginning of her transformation. From a trapped young woman to a fearless trailblazer, Hedy Lamarr's story was just getting started. While her escape from Mandel marked a bold new chapter, Hedy's quest for love and stability led to a series of marriages, each reflecting a unique chapter in her extraordinary life. After leaving Mandel, Hedy married 5 more times, each relationship reflecting a different chapter in her extraordinary life. Her second husband, screenwriter Gene Markey, brought her into the glamorous circles of Hollywood, but their marriage lasted only 2 years. Her third husband, actor John Loder, became the father of her 2 children, but their union ended in 1947 after 4 turbulent years. Hedy's fourth marriage was to Teddy Stauffer, a Swiss musician and socialite known as Mr. Acapulco. While their relationship was short-lived, it was marked by lively parties and a whirlwind romance. Next came W. Howard Lee, a Texas oil tycoon whose wealth and influence brought stability, but their marriage dissolved after 7 years, making it her longest. Finally, she married Louis J. Boys, a lawyer, but their union ended after just 2 years in 1965. Despite her beauty, intelligence, and charm, Hedy's personal life was as complex and dramatic as her films. Each marriage highlighted her longing for connection and stability, yet none provided the lasting happiness she sought. Her journey through love mirrored the complexities of her remarkable career and life. Hedy Lamarr's journey to Hollywood stardom was nothing short of extraordinary, a mix of ambition, charm, and brilliant strategy. It all began when she crossed paths with Louis B. Mayer, the head of MGM, in 1937 in London. Initially unimpressed, Mayer offered Hedy a modest contract of $125 per week. But Hedy wasn't just a talented actress. She was a master of persuasion. Determined to prove she was more than her controversial past, she booked herself a spot on the same luxury liner Mayer was taking to the United States. During the voyage, Hedy made her case, captivating Mayer with her intelligence and sophistication. By the time they reached America, she had secured a more lucrative deal and a new identity. Adopting the stage name Hedy Lamarr, inspired by the late screen siren Barbara Lamarr, she was ready to reinvent herself completely. In 1938, Mayer brought Hedy to Hollywood, marketing her as the most beautiful woman in the world. Her Hollywood debut in Algiers, opposite Charles Boyer, was an instant sensation. Audiences were awestruck by her breathtaking beauty. One moviegoer famously remarked, Her face on screen made everyone gasp. Hedy's beauty was simply beyond words. Despite the glamorous launch, Hedy quickly realized the limitations of her roles. Hollywood often typecast her as the mysterious and exotic woman, focusing on her looks rather than her acting talent. Although her films like Boomtown, 1940 with Clark Gable and White Cargo, 1942, brought box office success, Hedy found herself creatively unfulfilled. Off-screen, she lived a quieter, more introspective life, often retreating from the public eye. When asked for autographs, she expressed disbelief, wondering why anyone would want her signature. Behind the dazzling image of a Hollywood star was a woman yearning for something deeper, a life where her intellect and creativity could truly shine. After parting ways with MGM in 1945, Hedy Lamarr embarked on a bold new chapter in her career. Determined to take control of her creative output, she teamed up with producer Jack Chertok to establish her own production company. Their first venture, the psychological thriller The Strange Woman, 1946, gave Hedy the opportunity to showcase a darker and more complex side of her acting abilities. While the film received mixed reviews, it struggled to turn a profit due to its inflated budget. Undeterred, Hedy and Chertok pressed forward with another thriller, Dishonored Lady, 1947, where she once again took center stage. Unfortunately, this project met a similar fate, facing financial challenges and failing to connect with audiences commercially. Seeking to diversify her portfolio, Hedy tried her hand at comedy with Let's Live a Little, 1948, co-starring Robert Cummings. Although the light-hearted film showcased a different side of her talent, it also struggled to make waves at the box office. These ventures reflected Hedy's ambitious spirit and her desire to break free from the constraints of Hollywood's studio system. Hedy Lamarr's greatest cinematic triumph came in the 1950 epic Samson and Delilah, directed by Cecil B. DeMille. Starring opposite Victor Mature as Delilah, Hedy delivered a performance that captivated audiences and critics alike. The film was a massive success, becoming the highest-grossing movie of 1950 and winning 2 Academy Awards. It was a defining moment in Hedy's career, cementing her place in Hollywood history as a timeless beauty with undeniable screen presence. However, the success of Samson and Delilah marked a high point that would soon be followed by a gradual decline. Hedy returned to MGM to star alongside John Hodiak in the film Noir, A Lady Without Passport, 1950. Unfortunately, the movie was a box office failure, signaling trouble for her career trajectory. In an attempt to maintain her star power, Hedy took on 2 projects with Paramount: The Western Copper Canyon, 1950, co-starring Ray Milland, and the spy comedy My Favorite Spy, 1951, where she paired with Bob Hope. While these films offered her opportunities to explore different genres, neither achieved lasting success, leaving her career at a crossroads. Desperate to regain control, Hedy traveled to Italy to produce and star in Loves of Three Queens, 1954, a historical drama in which she played multiple roles, including the legendary Jeanne d'Arc. Despite her ambition, the film proved too large a challenge for her limited production experience. The project ran over budget, lost millions of dollars, and failed to secure proper distribution, leaving Hedy with both financial and professional setbacks. By the mid-1950s, Hedy's career had noticeably waned. She appeared in The Story of Mankind, 1957, an Irwin Allen epic that critics panned for its lackluster execution. Her final cinematic appearance came in the thriller The Female Animal, 1958, a project that did little to revive her fading stardom. She later attempted a comeback in Picture Mommy Dead, 1966, but exhaustion forced her to withdraw from the production. Zsa Gabor replaced her in the role, effectively ending Hedy's time in the film industry. Hedy's later career was a testament to the challenges of maintaining success in Hollywood. While her early roles showcased her as a radiant and talented actress, the pressures of the industry and missteps in production led to a quiet exit from the spotlight. Hedy Lamarr wasn't just a Hollywood star. She was a trailblazer whose contributions extended far beyond the Silverton screen. Her dual identity as a glamorous actress and brilliant inventor remains one of the most compelling aspects of her legacy. Amid her rise to fame, World War II cast a shadow over her life. Hedy's Jewish mother was still in Austria, a country now annexed by Nazi Germany. With her newfound earnings, she managed to orchestrate a daring rescue, bringing her mother safely to the United States. It was a moment of triumph, but it also fueled Hedy's growing frustration with the war and its devastating toll on innocent lives. This frustration sparked a surprising new chapter in Hedy's life. Despite having no formal training, she began experimenting with inventions during her spare time. Drawing on her intelligence and the technical knowledge she'd absorbed during her first marriage, she co-developed a revolutionary technology called frequency hopping spread spectrum. Initially designed to protect Allied torpedoes from being jammed by enemy signals, this invention would later become the foundation for modern wireless communication, including Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and GPS. Hedy Lamarr's role as an inventor is one of the most remarkable and underappreciated chapters of her life. While the world knew her as a stunning Hollywood icon, behind the scenes she was quietly reshaping the future of communication technology. During World War II, Lamarr's frustration with the devastating impact of the war led her to channel her intelligence and creativity into a project that would change the course of history. Drawing on knowledge she had unintentionally gained during her marriage to arms dealer Fritz Mandel, Lamarr turned her attention to solving a critical wartime problem: the vulnerability of radio-controlled torpedoes to enemy interference. Together with composer and inventor George Antheil, she developed a concept that would later be known as frequency hopping spread spectrum technology. Their idea was brilliantly simple yet groundbreaking. By rapidly switching radio frequencies in a synchronized pattern, they could prevent enemy forces from jamming the signals and ensure the torpedoes stayed on course. The invention was nothing short of revolutionary, but when they presented it to the U.S. Navy, it was met with skepticism. The Navy dismissed it, citing logistical issues and claiming it was too bulky for practical use. Worse, they seized the patent, classifying it as alien property because of Lamarr's Austrian heritage. It was a crushing blow, but Lamarr didn't give up on contributing to the war effort. She shifted her focus to selling war bonds, using her fame to raise millions of dollars for the Allied forces. Hedy Lamarr's contributions during World War II extended far beyond her groundbreaking inventions. When she expressed interest in joining the National Inventors Council, NIC, she was advised by Charles F. Kettering and other members that her celebrity status could be more effectively used to support the war effort by selling war bonds. Lamarr eagerly embraced this role, launching a series of campaigns that showcased her charm and wit. One of her most famous tactics involved a sailor named Eddie Rhodes, who became a fixture in her appearances. At each event, Hedy would call Eddie on stage, flirt playfully with him, and then turn to the audience with a bold question: should I give him a kiss? Naturally, the crowd would erupt in cheers. But there was a catch. Hedy would only kiss him if enough war bonds were purchased. The audience rarely hesitated, buying bonds in droves. Once the goal was met, Hedy would deliver a kiss to Eddie, much to the crowd's delight, before moving on to the next campaign. This clever strategy wasn't just entertaining, it was highly effective, raising significant funds for the Allied war effort. It also highlighted Hedy's ability to use her fame creatively, blending her natural charisma with a patriotic mission. Her efforts were a testament to how Hollywood stars played a crucial role in rallying public support during one of history's darkest times. Lamarr's inventive mind wasn't limited to solving military challenges. Her friendship with aviation pioneer Howard Hughes revealed yet another facet of her brilliance. Hughes, known for his daring innovations, found an unlikely collaborator in Hedy. When she learned about his struggle to improve aircraft design, she drew inspiration from nature. Observing the streamlined shapes of bird wings and fish fins, she suggested changes that could make his planes faster and more efficient. Hughes was so impressed by her insights that he gave her access to his team of scientists and equipment, further cementing her reputation as a thinker ahead of her time. Decades later, Lamarr's brilliance would finally receive the recognition it deserved. In the 1960s, the Navy adopted an updated version of her technology for secure communications, a critical innovation that would later lay the foundation for modern wireless systems, including Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and GPS. As these technologies became integral to everyday life, Lamarr's invention began to garner attention from the scientific community. In her later years, Hedy was showered with accolades for her contributions to technology. Though the recognition came too late for her to fully enjoy its rewards, her legacy as an inventor stands as a testament to her extraordinary intellect and vision. Hedy Lamarr wasn't just a beautiful face on the silver screen. She was a genius whose creativity transcended Hollywood and touched every corner of the modern world. Her groundbreaking invention serves as a reminder that innovation can come from the most unexpected places, and her story continues to inspire dreamers and creators to this day. Hedy Lamarr's later years were a stark contrast to the glamorous image she had cultivated during her prime. As she aged, she struggled to reconcile with the passage of time and the toll it took on her famed beauty. Determined to preserve her looks, she turned to plastic surgery, a decision that would haunt her. The procedures, far from enhancing her appearance, often had disastrous outcomes, leaving her disfigured and deeply self-conscious. Unable to face the public eye in this altered state, Hedy withdrew into a life of seclusion. Her once vibrant presence was replaced by silence, as she limited her contact with the outside world to phone calls. Even her relationships with her children became strained, and the woman who had once captivated millions now spent her days in solitude. Hedy Lamarr's later years took a dramatic turn that stunned the public and further complicated her legacy. In a series of events that made tabloid headlines, she faced legal troubles, including arrests for shoplifting in 1966 and again in 1991. For many, it was hard to reconcile these incidents with the image of the glamorous star and groundbreaking inventor. These episodes, though minor in legal terms, painted a poignant picture of a woman whose once dazzling life had dimmed. They also sparked conversations about the challenges faced by stars as they age out of the public spotlight, often becoming misunderstood and isolated. Yet, despite it all, Hedy maintained a quiet dignity. At the age of 85 in 2000, Hedy Lamarr's extraordinary life came to a peaceful end. But her passing was far from the conclusion of her story. It was the beginning of a legacy that continues to captivate and inspire. Her final wishes were carried out with a poetic sense of closure as her ashes were returned to Vienna, the city where her remarkable journey began. Vienna was not just her birthplace, it was her anchor, a place that had shaped her identity long before the glitz and chaos of Hollywood or the groundbreaking inventions that changed the world. Her ashes were spread in the forest she loved as a child, a peaceful return to the beauty she once cherished. This serene setting contrasted sharply with the tumultuous and dramatic life she had led, a life filled with fame, invention, heartbreak, and reinvention. In a way, her final resting place symbolized a return to purity and peace, offering a sense of balance to a life defined by extremes. The image of her ashes blending with the earth in those lush, quiet woods evokes a deep sense of reflection. It's a reminder that even the most dazzling stars eventually return to the same earth as everyone else. And yet, unlike many, Hedy's impact didn't fade with her passing. Her serene resting place in Vienna isn't just a tribute to her roots, it's a testament to her enduring legacy, reminding us all that brilliance, no matter how complex, can leave a lasting mark on the world. This final chapter of her story ties together the contradictions of her life, the brilliance and the struggles, the triumphs and the tragedies. For someone who once dazzled on the silver screen and shaped the future of technology, her quiet return to Vienna is a reminder that even the brightest lights seek peace in the end. Her contributions to art, science, and the empowerment of women continue to resonate across generations. Hedy Lamarr's groundbreaking achievements and timeless legacy have been recognized through numerous awards and honors, both during her lifetime and posthumously. In 1939, she was named Most Promising New Actress of 1938 in a poll conducted by the Philadelphia Record. Later, in 1951, British moviegoers voted her the 10th Best Actress of the Year for her unforgettable performance in Samson and Delilah. In 1960, Hedy's contributions to Hollywood were immortalized with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, cementing her status as one of the industry's brightest icons. However, her recognition extended far beyond the silver screen. In 1997, she and George Antheil were jointly honored with the Pioneer Award from the Electronic Frontier Foundation for their revolutionary invention of frequency hopping technology. That same year, she became the first woman to receive the Bowlby-Nass Spirit of Achievement Award, often referred to as the Oscar of Invention, celebrating her lifetime contributions to science, technology, and society. Austria, her birthplace, also paid tribute to Hedy's genius. In 1998, she was awarded the Victor Kaplan Medal by the Austrian Association of Inventors. In 2006, a street in Vienna's 12th district, Hedy Lamarr Weg, was named in her honor. By 2014, Hedy was posthumously inducted into the National Inventors Hall of Fame for her invaluable contributions to modern communication technology, specifically frequency hopping spread spectrum. Her influence continues to inspire today. In 2015, Google celebrated Hedy's 101st birthday with a commemorative Google Doodle, repeating the honor in 2023 on what would have been her 109th birthday. A year prior, her name reached the stars, literally, when asteroid 32,730 was officially named Lamarr, and in 2023, Star Trek. Prodigy paid homage to her by naming the USS Voyager A's ship class Lamarr in recognition of her brilliance. Even after her death, Hedy Lamarr's life continued to captivate and astonish. In 2001, shortly after her passing, a shocking revelation emerged that would rewrite the narrative of her personal life. Her estranged son, James, discovered a secret hidden for over 6 decades. He was not adopted, as he had always believed, but Hedy's biological child. The truth unraveled a long-buried chapter of Hedy's life. James had been born out of an affair during her 3rd marriage, a period marked by tumult and secrecy. Fearing that a pregnancy might jeopardize her career, Hedy concealed the birth and later orchestrated an adoption narrative to protect her public image. Adding another layer to the revelation, James also learned that his adoptive father, John Loder, Hedy's third husband, was in fact his biological father. This revelation painted a new picture of Hedy Lamarr, not just as a Hollywood star or inventor, but as a woman grappling with the complexities of her personal choices. It shed light on her vulnerabilities, her sacrifices, and the lengths she went to maintain her image in a demanding and often unforgiving industry. Hedy's life, even after death, continues to be a mosaic of brilliance, scandal, and resilience. Her story is a reminder that the people we idolize are often far more human and more complicated than we ever imagine. And that's the story of Hedy Lamarr, an unforgettable woman whose life was a whirlwind of beauty, genius, and drama. Her contributions to science changed the world, and her Hollywood career cemented her as a timeless star. Yet her personal struggles and posthumous revelations remind us that even the brightest lights have their shadows. If you found this story as fascinating as we did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more incredible tales from the golden age of Hollywood and beyond. See you in the next video.